favorite hats of all time.
It's so
Got
cool.
a nice patch there. This is my Bitcoin club. So I have a newsletter. I send out technical insights on the Bitcoin ecosystem. So if you want, you can go and subscribe. You can find me. I'm just at Bod Bodily on Twitter.
Yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed, it's a fantastic newsletter and it keeps you in the mix of things if you're, missing the 100 million things that go on in the ecosystem. Bob does a great write-up on aggregating that information for you.
I was just seeing myself in the hat for the first time. It just barely came, so I had to comment on it because I just like the hat. So sorry, yeah, sorry I had to put you all through that. All right. Uh, I like to be a little bit more interactive with my presentations because it's always more useful for everyone to get some insight on what they actually care about and not just hear me blab on and on about crazy stuff. So let's see, I've got the participants pulled up, I've got the chat pulled up. What else do we have in here? Looks like we don't have like Q&A plugin in here, do we? I don't think we do.
No, no. We're
Okay.
pretty basic today.
Okay, let's see. How many participants do we have? Good number of participants. Okay, can I get some reactions? Uh, what does everyone think about Bitcoin price over the next 6 months? We've got Bitcoin ETF coming. We have Bitcoin halving coming. I want thumbs up if you think it's going way up, and I want thumbs down if you think it's going, oh, we can't do. Let's do a surprised face, or I guess
Oh yeah,
I
we can
guess
do
you
the thumbs
can.
up and down. Yep, yep.
Yeah, yeah, thumbs up and down, although I do see some neutral. Okay, we got mostly thumbs up, a couple thumbs down.
69K,
Three.
69K.
I want the trending up chart.
Ah,
There we go.
ah. Okay. Yeah, this is great. Oh, I can even get a summary. If you click on participants in the very bottom, it gives a summary of the current ups and downs. Can we all just do it at the same time? Well, I'm going to count to 5, and when we get to 0, I want everyone to do their reaction. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go. Oh yeah, there it is. 23 up, 3 down, 1 double hand. I guess that means Bitcoin's taking over the world, and 1 neutral face. That's cool. I really like the can you all see that as well on the bottom of the participants? I don't know if you're following along. Um, okay, pretty cool. I just noticed that. All right. My goal with my presentation today is to give you a breakdown on Bitcoin layers, all the layers on Bitcoin. I'm going to try to do it in a very objective way. Just talk about the tech. And there are a bunch of different kinds of tech being built on Bitcoin. Let me pull up really quick. I have a nice graphic that I like to use. I don't know if I want to share. No, I'll just share my screen. Desktop 2. Okay. I have a million tabs open right now, so forgive the million tabs. I almost always have a million tabs. Okay, this is a graphic I made. Let's see, when did I post this? July 19th. So it's been almost 6 months. But I wanted to highlight kind of the main categories of layers that are currently being built on Bitcoin. We have the Meta Protocol layer. This is a very, very popular layer over the last year because it includes everything on the ordinal side. That's BRC-20s, which are built on ordinals. That's SATs names built on ordinals. That's Bitmap, also built on ordinals. OG hasn't had a whole lot of traction, but there are others, BRC-100, BRC-21, and then, BRC-20s basically on every chain imaginable. ETH scriptions and Sol scriptions and Doginals and Doge descriptions, like all of the things. Meta protocols use Bitcoin as a data availability layer. So all of the data for meta protocols generally, I'm going to exclude RGB here, generally store all of their data on Bitcoin. The beautiful thing about that is you use Bitcoin, like the decentralization and the mutability and the security of Bitcoin as your data availability layer. So it's really, really great. It's basically a pay once, store forever model. So, you line up all your transactions on Bitcoin, and then you can write indexers that go through and look through all the blocks and pull out all the relevant data, and then index those into your layer 2 state. So that's meta protocols. Counterparty and stamps work the same way. SRC20 works the same way. These off-chain indexers that are parsing data that's stored on Bitcoin. RGB is a little bit different because it's a peer-to-peer protocol. I think I need to make an updated version of this graphic, and I think I'll move RGB over by Lightning somewhere. And I want to move it over by Lightning because RGB stores almost all of the data off-chain rather than on-chain. So RGB, I would still call it a meta protocol, but it's a privacy-focused meta protocol, and it stores all of the data. It has like the fat wallet or the heavy wallet model where you store all of the data that you need to prove that you own your tokens in the wallet itself. And then as you interact with others, then you have to share that data as needed. So RGB is a really interesting peer-to-peer protocol where peers store all of the information rather than having some central indexer. Taproot Assets is also similar to this. Taproot Assets has a peer-to-peer model, and Lightning as well. If you think about Lightning, everything for Lightning happens off-chain, essentially. You have to commit funds to Lightning with an on-chain transaction to open a channel, but then once the channel's open, it's all off-chain. So RGB, Taproot Assets, Lightning are all of these like peer-to-peer protocols. But I would still call RGB and Taproot Assets meta protocols. Then we have kind of our core Bitcoin tech, SegWit, Taproot, Bitcoin Script, PSBTs, multi-sig transactions, BIP322 to like prove ownership of assets, essentially sign ownership of assets. And then we have sidechains. The way that I define sidechains, it depends on who you talk to. Lots of different people define sidechains in lots of different ways. But the way that I define sidechains is a separate blockchain, separate consensus model to Bitcoin itself with some bridging mechanism for you to take Bitcoin over to the sidechain. So Stacks, Rootstock, Liquid, this entire purple box is sidechains. The cross-chain bridges is just, this distinction isn't really a good distinction. These are all just sidechains: drive chains, space chains, soft chains, spider chains. There is a spider chain that just launched, Botanics. State chains, those are all side chains. There's been a lot of drive chain discussion over the last couple of months. And then obviously, Stacks, Rootstock, ETH, Liquid, ICP, Polkadot, Cosmos, all side chains, because you can bridge Bitcoin to the side chain and do things off of Bitcoin itself. So that's the side chain box. And then there's the layer 2 box, which currently we basically only have Lightning. Again, Lightning is kind of like a peer-to-peer protocol, off-chain peer-to-peer protocol based on state channels. And that's also an interesting area of development. We have Taproot Assets. We have other people working on the Lightning network, trying to add stable coins and other improvements on the payment side.